Hey everyone, I want to look at the Sony 7300 SSM lens. I always wondered how this lens would do as regards to portraiture compared to the more expensive Sony 70-200 2.8. This lens right now on the used market, because it's A-mount, not that popular as E-mount, goes for about $300 used, March 2018, when I checked this on eBay and other places, compared to the 70-200 2.8 Sony lens, which used goes for about $1,400 or $1,200. And today, our model to help me with the test is
Yoo Jin Ha. Hello, everyone.
And Yoo Jin, I heard you're a professional model from Korea.
No, this is my first time. I'm from Guam, but I am Korean.
And can speak fluent Korean as well.
Yes.
And for your first time modeling, you're doing pretty good.
Thank you.
And you're looking through the photos earlier. What do you think about them so far?
Well, the pictures are really clear. It's nice and crisp. The lighting is beautiful. Colors are really popping and vivid. It's really nice. I love all the pictures so far.
Cool. And excuse me for my voice right now. I'm getting over a cold, but I really wanted to do this photo shoot for Yoo Jin because I know you'll be relocating later on.
Yes.
Okay, we'll keep on shooting. Even though for a cheap lens, the Sony 70-300 does feel good in the hands, it actually feels like it has good quality. There's no image stabilization in the lens itself because on the Sony A99 Mark II it has IBIS in-body image stabilization, so the lens is stabilized, which is great because at 300 millimeters, you want the lens to be stable while you're focusing on something so far away. Minimum focusing distance is about 1.2 meters, that's 3.94 feet, so about 4 feet, that's kind of far. Filter thread is very small at 62 millimeters. Those of you that have professional grade lenses, most of the time that's a 77 millimeter filter thread. So if you get this lens, you may need to buy filters. You can't interchange it with the other lenses. So 62 millimeters is kind of small. A little bit heavy, 1.67 pounds, but I don't really, or 760 grams, but I don't really feel it while handling it with the A99 Mark II. Yoo Jin, how does it feel? Because I know you're not used to having like a professional camera and lens, but does it feel balanced?
Oh yes, yes it does.
It feels balanced, right? So the lens is about 1.6 pounds. The body, I forget the weight, but it feels balanced, right? It doesn't feel like front heavy.
That's good.
Okay, all right. So you're just gonna change into her second outfit, but we'll keep on shooting. This lens, some internal features, it has 9 rounded diaphragm blades, so it gives the out of focus background or bokeh very smooth background, so you can get from this lens. All you need to do is put it to about 300 millimeter and shoot wide open at 5.6, and you can blur the background pretty nice, and it'll give you a good subject to background separation. This lens has the SSM motor. To me, it's not so quick. The SSM motor, this is first generation. I know there is a second generation, the 70-300, and it does have a faster motor autofocusing than this one, but it'll do. It doesn't take too long. This lens also has 16 elements in 11 groups. That's actually about standard for this telephoto lens. Okay, Yoo Jin should be coming soon, and we'll start shooting again. Okay, so this button inside the lens, this is called a focus hold button, but I programmed it to the eye autofocus button. So Yoo Jin is here, and I just hold it down, and it is able to focus on her eyes. Okay, in order to do that, just go to menu, second of the camera on the menu, menu 8 of 9, custom key shoot, enter that. Oops, custom key shoot. And then you go to focus hold button on the third one, and you set it to IAF. And this will set the button on the lens to focus for eye autofocus. So right now we're just waiting for the rain to stop. Guam's weather can sometimes get bipolar. You'll see it's sunny right now. Sunset is going to happen pretty soon, but then it starts to rain. If you live on the island, it's just a passing cloud. So, Yoo Jin, what do you think of the photos we did in your second outfit so far?
I love it. It's so nice. The colors are really awesome. I mean, the quality of the pictures are so nice. I love it. I love all of it.
Nice. I'm happy that you like the photos so far. I think it's a good combination between the lens and the camera. I have been shooting in RAW, so when I get home I can bring out the shadows and also lower down the highlights, and you'll see me do that, and you should have seen already the pictures or the edited pictures while I'm shooting Yoo Jin in front of the water. And I like how the A99 Mark II, I could flip out the screen and get really low to the ground, and you probably saw that already how I was shooting like that. And I think the rain's stopping already. So let's go on and get some sunset shots. Okay. So we just got done with our photo shoot. Sun has set already. I noticed wide open, looking through the LCD rear monitor of the A9M Mark II, lens isn't as sharp. So I did some comparison photos, shot some pics at 4.5 at 70mm and some at 5.6 just to see how sharp it would get. But for the most part, all the photos taken today was shot wide open just so I can get that background blur. Yoo Jin, what do you think about the overall photo shoot today?
Overall, I'm still loving. There's not a picture that I don't like.
Nice.
Even with the sun going down, the lighting is really good. The colors are beautiful. I love it.
Nice. I know we had to wait a little bit because the rain was coming down and we missed some shots like that, and then the cloud moved that was raining over the sun, so we didn't really get awesome sunset pics, but the ones prior to that was pretty good when the sun was almost going down. So just looking at the back of the screen, and actually we noticed looking through the EVF, the electronic viewfinder, the pictures are actually much clearer than the rear LCD, and you can see more of the dynamic range. Not too sure why that is, but can't wait to go home and edit the photos, and I'll give you my final opinion about this lens later. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.
Thank you.
Okay, we are home now. I loaded up all the photos into Capture One. Please excuse my voice, still getting over my cold. I noticed something interesting about this lens. From focal length 70 to 135, well, a little bit before 135, it is very sharp. So this picture of Yoo Jin is shot at 70mm focal length, wide open at 4.5. Zooming in on her eyes, it is very sharp. Next example, 90mm, wide open at f5, very sharp. But when you get to about 135, which is shown here, 135mm, wide open at 5.6, 1/800th of a second, it doesn't seem as sharp as focal length 70 and 90, which is pretty weird. So I took another photo, also at 135, as you can see here, 5.6, and it's still not that sharp. But as you go on to even 210mm, which is this photo here, 6.3, it's decent, but not as sharp as 70 or 90. But when you go to 300mm, and this is wide open 5.6, it is very sharp. So pretty interesting thing about the lens, it's not as sharp from 135 to about 210, but from 210 all the way to 300, it is sharp, wide open. So from those focal lengths, 135 to 210, you may need to stop down just a little bit more. Last thing I want to show you is the recovery power with the Sony A9M Mark II. This is the original RAW file. I was able to bring up all the shadow details. Very nice. Thank you guys for watching, and if you haven't, please subscribe.